Hi, everyone. I'm Yaz. I'm the CEO and founder of Elysian Wealth Ventures, where we've built the first private by design global finance app. Today, I'm super excited to be joined by Raz Miah, who's the head of innovation at Sopher Co. And yeah, thank you so much for your time, Raz.
No, thank you for having me.
We'd love to hear more about Suffer, your role there, and then also would love to hear about what drives Suffer's commitment to serving their clients.
Brilliant question. Sopher Co, we're based in London. We have two offices, one in Mayfair, one in Boreham Wood. We've been around since 1975, and this year will be our 50th year. We're a typical accountancy firm. So we've got audit, accounts, tax, international tax, bookkeeping, management accounts, VAT, payroll. We even do a bit of HR. And we also have a special offering called the private office for those special individuals who need that extra bit of admin help. Um, I'm a chartered accountant. This is my 20th year, so I've spent about 15 years in industry doing all sorts of interesting things with technologies. And I decided to specialize in tech about 6, 7 years ago, and that's what has brought me here today. So what do? I specialize in integrating digital solutions and enhancing client services, looking at their individual businesses as well as our own efficiencies or inefficiencies, shall I say. Um, so what I do is I bring my accounting background and my technology backgrounds together to help drive innovation across the firm and our clients. With what we're talking about today is the Wealth app. And so a part of the private office offering is to create net worth statements on behalf of our clients who need that extra touch, extra white glove treatment. And using an app just beats using a spreadsheet or a PDF or a Word document.
Yeah, and we actually met a couple years ago when you joined Suffer, if I remember, following and and those were some of the things that right away you were like, okay, we have a clear problems. We need to be more efficient with this. We cannot keep on spending so much time. How much time were you talking about?
Yeah, so we were spending half a day to a day putting these spreadsheets together, but it wasn't just a spreadsheet. Most of our high net worth individuals have multiple accounts across the globe, all sorts of funds and investments and portfolios and bank accounts and savings accounts, etc. And bringing that all together into one place usually meant putting it into a spreadsheet, and then the spreadsheet would have some automation like macros and whatnot, but it still looked like a spreadsheet. And at the end of the day, spending a whole day just putting that together is not efficient. It's not scalable. So I was tasked with with the task to actually scale it, make it more efficient, reduce time, save cost, and make it more pleasing to the eye.
Yeah, and that's when we met, and from our own research, we had similar pain points where we found that it can take that whole day per month, and when you put that in an annual context, that can be the equivalent of the whole working month per year, just to update a net worth statement, just to produce a net worth statement. And now we've been able to reduce that to a few minutes with the app. And the nice thing is that with the white label app, we also have talking about being nice looking. Please, what is the word that you use? Pleasant. Um, it's now we have that nice PDF export that can come out in a few minutes. And once people have connected their accounts, it takes what, less than an hour for sure. I mean, obviously your clients have a lot of accounts, but if you say half an hour, so you've just gone down from one day to half an hour, and then once it's done, it just updates automatically, and that's A whole working month to 30 minutes.
And I was going to add, when you're doing PDFs and Word documents and Excel spreadsheets, it's already out of date by the time you've done it.
Exactly. Whereas like here we can also select the date, etc. What are some of the challenges your clients face today, especially as you look at your more global clients?
Well, they're global, they're always moving around. They've got investments here, there, and everywhere. Not just investments, liabilities as well. So they do have debt and loans and all the rest of it, like the rest of us do. But they have more of them.
It's called leverage.
Yeah, they have leverage. They leverage on their assets, right? Um, but yeah, they're here, there, and everywhere. They're highly mobile. They're never in one place for too long. Um, Obviously, with all of the global issues going on, uh, these are the kind of people that want to move around and feel free. And to be free, they need the technology and infrastructure to allow them to do that.
And it's interesting you're talking about you use the word free for us when we started looking at Elysian. That's really what we looked at. We wanted for people to have the freedom to have their assets where it made sense to them and to keep it where it made sense to them, but also to be free to access them from wherever they are, so at their fingertips. We're like, it has to be mobile. Remember we had that conversation first, and like it has to be something where they don't have to go on their computer. They don't have, it has to be on the go with them as they're moving. Why did you feel like you needed a better solution, and then why did you decide to choose Elysian and work with us?
One of the biggest issues, or top on my priority list, was security. Whatever it was, it has to be top notch security. And I believe the Wealth app, your app, is double encrypted. You guys you can't even see what is going on from your back end. It's all sitting on the mobile app. So any data that's being pulled is pulled to the individual's app on their phone. What drove me to look at you guys is you understood us. I didn't feel like I was talking to a technologist or an IT person. I was actually talking to a tax person, a tax advisor who's been doing this as long as I have. And obviously, you're a banker, so you understand wealth management better than I do. So having the two together in one entity, building an app, was just super amazing for us as the end user to say, okay, these guys know what they're doing. They know the technology, they know the problems, and they've got a decent solution.
I mean, one thing that I've enjoyed with working with you in the recent years has been also that constant communications that we've had, and really being able to stay on top of what are some of the other things we need to think about. So one thing that you know very quickly, you're like, okay, our clients are always on the move. One thing that they need at the end of the day, one thing that we need to make their tax to do their taxes as well, is something that can track where they are. So the geo monitor obviously is something that we that you mentioned to us. I think it was at last end of last year.
Yes, exactly. There was because like there's all sorts of solutions out there for these globally mobile individuals, but they're all uh, fragmented. So you need an app for this, for timesheeting or geolocation. You need the wealth management app here, and you need FBAR reporting somewhere else. And what we loved about Elysian Wealth is, yes, you understood all of those issues and you understand the landscape, and you just brought it into one app. I mean, I'm a pretty simple guy. I just want one solution for everything, and that's what we've got.
Yeah, I say that I like things to be simple, but I'm also very lazy, so I want them to be efficient. And when I say lazy, I'd rather spend hours and months building something that is going to make my life easier in the future than repeating things over and over again. And you're right. I mean, obviously, with our app, people can connect to different financial institutions across the globe. So today we have access to over 17,000 financial institutions. We have access that's across 30 different countries. people can also track, so users can also track their wealth in 96 different currencies, as you know. So once they've pre-selected a few of the currencies that they want on a more regular basis, it will just update automatically, looking at the history, looking back, not just where it is today. And that's because today your clients, they're talking to you. You know, you might be you're based in the UK, but tomorrow they may be talking to their estate planning attorney who's going to be in a different country, looking at things from a different currency perspective. And we just wanted that to be very very easy, but also always focusing on on the pain points, both from a professional perspective and from a user perspective. So that's where the F bar. Obviously, I spent quite a many years in the U.S. And one thing that comes back all the time in the US is like, oh my God, I've got this F bar account I need to do. In essence, the formula is so simple, but so well, I because I don't live there anymore. I don't, and I'm not a U.S. tax resident. I'm okay, but for my friends, it's an absolute pain. And when as you know, when I was there in October, that was the one thing that kept on coming back over and over and over again. So if you take all that amount of time that is spent just to look at your net worth statement and looking at how your net worth is evolving, and on top of that, you need to do your F bar. That's another few hours spent. Again, with our app now, your clients they can share the information in what, 3 clicks?
That's just a dream, right? If you spot something in the app, you need to, or you're prompted to do your FBAR reporting, or you do your timesheet, or whatever, you can send it straight to our advisors or your advisors, straight to us, and we can get on with whatever we need to do because it's all there in a format we can uh, understand and work with.
From your perspective, who do you see this app being for?
I believe it's for everyone. It's not just for the high net worths. It's not just for the globally mobile. You've obviously got the FR reporting, so US residents that are sitting here in UK or further afield. You've got the geolocation or geomonitoring, as you call it. Also, those people who have complex holdings. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm complex, but there are colleagues within my own firm that have multiple investments and portfolios here, there, and everywhere, and they need to keep a tab on things. You've also got crypto, you've got assets. So if you've got real estate, you can monitor those. If you've got other chatels, other investments, or paintings and whatnot, you can keep a close eye on those as well, or any collections really.
One thing that you talked about earlier was um, the time saving component. What are some of the benefits that this app has brought to you at Sopher and to your advisor and clients?
Brilliant question. So if you think about it, if we're not spending 8 hours doing your net worth statement, we're doing it in half an hour. It means we can spend more time actually on the advice, spending that time with you face to face, over the phone, whatever, actually giving you real life advice on what you should be doing or planning going forwards.
Perfect. And that's really what we wanted with this app. It was being able to add value.
Yeah, exactly. Putting us into the trusted advisor space.
They can share it with their, like, obviously in the private office there is a full transparency between clients and their advisors. And as companies become that global trusted um, partner of choice to their clients, this is what typically happens. And then there, as a company, you're able to add even more value to your clients. And I think for us, that was really what we wanted. Always looking at how can we increase the collaboration between the trusted advisors and their clients so that they can add value to them, not looking just at a specific area or country, but really the big picture that global holistic view, and wherever they are. So it's and I think that's also a reflection of the of your some of your core values, always putting your clients first, isn't it?
Number one is the client perspective, having a great relationship with our clients, innovating and welcoming change. And I believe that's what we're doing here with the Wealth app. It's bringing us closer together with our clients, allowing for that interconnectivity with each other between our advisors and our clients, and also um, innovating and embracing change at the same time.
And that's one thing that we've enjoyed so much working with you. It's been that very forward looking vision, always looking to innovate, improve, focusing on your clients first, how you can make their life better, how you can add more value to them, and how can you always innovate to better support them. And from our perspective, those are very close to our values as well. So one thing I always say is that at Elysian, our goal is to empower businesses to better support their clients and become that, as you mentioned, global trusted partner to them, trusted advisor. So it's been a pleasure, Raz, spending the last few minutes with you, and we're super excited to be working with you and with Sopher. If anybody would like to get in touch with Raz, please let me know. We'll be happy to connect. Our contact information will be provided on this video. And for otherwise, Raz, if you maybe for your clients, should they contact you directly?
Absolutely. So, for those clients who want to contact me directly, my email is raz.miah@sopherco.com.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Raz.